Hey guys, a hard truth. You don't need more money. What you need is better management. You see your familiar financial habits, the ones you grew up on, the ones that feel comfortable to you, those are the ones that are keeping you broke. So in today's episode, we're going to help you break that mindset, challenge your financial routine, and help you get on the other side of abundance, which deals with your obedience. So let's talk about it, guys. This is Conversations That Lead to Greatness.
And I'm Lester Smith.
And welcome back to our podcast where we educate, motivate, and inspire you to break free of your limiting mindsets in marriage, faith, and finance that hinders your ability to create the life you desire. Today, we're talking about finance and getting our finance in order by not saying we need more money, but having better management, okay? So that is the one way we're going to talk about in getting your finance together. Okay, before we get started, y'all, let's go ahead and do the YouTube stuff. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not joined the family. Like, thumbs up, share, all that good stuff. Okay? Because this is going to be a good episode. You ready, Papi?
Why not?
Papi chulo.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so first let's talk about the myth. Because it's a thing where I think I read it's called the myth of more. Where we feel like if we get more money, if we make more money, we'll be able to better our situation or we'll be able to, do better in life. And let's talk about how that is a myth, because more money without fixing your poor management will lead you to the same place.
Yeah.
It's going to lead you to the same place, people.
Yeah.
Because the problem is not the money. It's your management.
Yeah.
It's the way you think about money.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah, I remember so many years, they used to give us them raises, and we got regular raises. That's the one thing about working for the union. So I worked for the union for 21 years. And when one of us get a raise, we all get a raise. It ain't just you get a raise, she get a raise. It's a union, so it's the raise is, I forget what they call it, where it's everybody, basically everybody. Collective raise. But anyway, a lot of us get them raises, and when we get them raises, they ball out. $1, $2, when you look at it on paper, as far as what a year is concerned, $2 is a whole lot of money at the end of the year. But you might not look at it as $2 is a lot right now because you're going to week, but at the end of the year, that's a bunch of money. But a lot of them guys, they just get that money, just ball out. Just ball out. With me, I never raised my lifestyle. Well, our lifestyle pretty much stayed the same. It didn't really change like that. We always continued to go on vacation. We saved. We used our money wisely. And what do I mean by wisely? Not paying a bunch of card notes and stuff like that. I remember for so long we would just pay cash for cars. Just pay cash for cars. So when you get that raise or you get that extra money, that extra income, income tax, bonus check, whatever, don't just go squander. What do you call it? Squander?
Yeah,
is it squander?
I think it is.
Swindle. Don't just go swindle the money away. Don't do that. Put that money up. Invest that money. So invest it in something so that way it can produce some money.
Produce more money.
Produce more money. Exactly.
Having it working for you.
See, but we have a consumer mindset in the world today. It's a consumer mindset. So the first thing we think, when I get this money, I'm gonna go ball out.
Yeah.
And that's all they used to do. Just ball out. Talk about what they're gonna buy, and I'm gonna go get this new car. I'm gonna go get that income tax check time come around. The whole parking lot got new cars.
Paper tags everywhere.
Paper tags
on
everywhere.
The highway, freeways, roads.
Yeah,
paper tags.
I'm talking about the job where I work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, paper tags everywhere. Everybody got a new car. Then they're driving for their first week or two, and then they go and put it in the garage. You just sit in the garage, and they go back to their old hoopty.
Because you're working.
Yeah. Yeah, but go ahead.
And it's crazy because a lot of people think that if I can make more money without changing your poor management skills, without changing your discipline, it's going to lead to more debt. It's going to lead you deeper into debt. Now you just, I don't like to say a fool, but you're just a fool with more money.
That's what the book of Proverbs called.
I know.
A fool and his
But
money
it's
was
different
soon
when
apart.
you read it or when you actually say it on camera and you be like, you calling me a fool?
He said a lot of stuff that we need to just call it like it is.
It's true.
We need to call it, because they're gonna be like, damn, that's a hard one right there.
Yeah.
Nobody ever actually says that. You know, even the pastor, when he get up in the pulpit, he try to hit him soft with it. You know what I mean? So you got to hit him hard. You a fool. You know what I'm saying?
Fool with money.
That's what Proverbs say.
Yeah, and you digging your debt. You digging yourself into a deeper hole. A
financial grave.
Yeah, a financial grave that you would never come out of.
Yeah.
So that's why we want to come today and to tell you to stop saying if you just need more money. If I make more money, I can better my situation. If I make more money, I can pay off my loans and debts and all this stuff. It's not the more money. It's just the discipline. It's just the financial management part that you need to improve on. Because I can guarantee you now, a person that's making $30,000 a year versus a person making 50 can have a better life, can have better money, a better savings than a person that's making $50,000.
I heard Myron Golden say, a person that's making $30,000 a year can have a better lifestyle than the person that's making $30,000 a month.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
that's a hard pill to swallow.
It's a hard pill to swallow.
You like, hey, how a person with $30,000 a year is having a better lifestyle than the person making $30,000 a month?
Listen, because it's all about their financial habits.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we have to understand. Even the ones we grew up on, because a lot of us grew up on save money in a bank. You know, don't invest your money. Save into this 0.1% interest rate saving account, right? Put your money in there and don't pay cash. Don't get into debt and all this stuff, right? So we grew up and it conditioned our mind. So when we become an adult, we carry those same financial habits into our adult life. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to challenge yourself. Challenge everything that you think about finance, everything you think about money. Look back at the person who gave you that advice, who told you that advice.
Yeah.
Do you, if they're still alive, want a life that they have? Or if they passed away, did you want their life?
Yeah.
Because I can guarantee you 9 times out of 10, it was bad financial advice.
And you don't want that life.
Yeah, and they gave you that advice out of survival mode.
Yeah.
They surviving. They didn't give you that advice in their thriving mode because they didn't understand how money thrive. All they knew is get the money, harbor it, and then let me get in survival mode to keep it. So.
Yeah, I remember my grandmother telling me, get you one credit card and put a little gas on it and then pay it off every month. So that way your credit score go higher and higher, you know. But that was bad advice. Bad advice. You need to get as many of them credit cards that let you have. I ain't saying go crazy with them now. You know, just be blowing money and stuff like that. But what if you get in the financial bind and you need credit? Just think about that. You know, but if you apply the information that we're telling you today, you won't be in a financial bind.
Yeah.
But you know, everything has seasons. Your money will be lower sometimes than it will be higher sometimes. So you have to think about that as well. Sometimes we go through these financial seasons, you know, whether it be a loss of a job or whether it be some unexpected bills, you know, a car breakdown, you know, stuff like that. There's going to be unexpected things, but you will have that cushion,
that part,
to be able to come back from that. And a lot of people right now today we still living off credit cards, and this happened in the pandemic. This happened in the pandemic. They went and started living off of credit cards, and when they went back to work, they were still living off credit cards because they still trying to catch up from those bills. It's a lot of credit cards companies right now cutting limits.
Yeah.
Cutting a lot of limits because of that. Because they know that people are still living off credit cards. It's hard. It's hard out here. But if you're in that, what am I trying to say? If you're saving, I like to talk about my book, The Richest Man in Babylon. They say save 10% of everything you make. If you save 10% of everything you make, you won't have to live off them credit cards. You can just live off that little money until you get back on the job or something like that, and then and then build your reserves back up. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah. And even with that, because we have to think about familiarity does not always equal fruit. Okay. If you're taking some advice, or you leading your life on advice that's not producing fruit, it's what is it called? It's insane for you to think otherwise. Like, it's insane What did it say?
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Yes, that's insanity.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, those familiar financial habits is not producing fruit. It didn't produce fruit then, and it's not producing fruit now. So the thing you have to do is unlearn that. Yeah. Get you some new information. Unlearn that old stuff, because at the end of the day, it's all about what you manage. I can give you, if a person, you know how they say, you go into a impoverished neighborhood, and you give them the stimulus check. Yeah. You know how quick they got their money back? The government. Mm-hmm. You know how quick they came back? Yeah. And you know what's crazy? What they bought it on. Mm-hmm. They bought it on some stuff. You know what?
Louis Vuitton and Gucci was rich that week.
For them months. Instead of flipping that money so they can continue to let that money grow, instead of investing it in a vehicle where it's going to produce them more money. Yeah. That's what we're talking about when we talk about financial habits or your mindset around your money. We will start to save money, put it under the mattress, live paycheck to paycheck, and hope for a better outcome. Yeah. Living paycheck to paycheck now, baby, you poor. Yeah. To be honest with you.
Yeah. I know to be honest with you, that's the truth.
In today's time, the way the economy is now.
Any little thing can happen and you under.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going under.
Yeah. Yeah. So getting out of that mindset of fear and scarcity is going to be your breakthrough. Yeah. It's going to be the steps you need to take to walk into abundance, because you can't say, I have all this abundance. I serve an abundant God, and all these affirmations that the Bible give us of what type of God we serve and what He want to do for us. But we still, in the back of our head, is fearing lack and is fearing scarcity. We have that fear. So that's one thing we have to understand. We have to get out that mind frame and know that this is the thing that's keeping me broke. This right here, the way I think about money, is keeping me broke.
Yeah. Yeah. It's man. I want to say this. I got a friend of mine. If you watching this,
why we gotta do that?
I'm cool with it. It needs to be said. It needs to be said. They don't know who he is.
I know,
but it needs to be said.
He know what he watching.
He making about $125,000, $150,000 a year, but he got to come to me regularly and borrow money. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. We have a very special announcement for you.
Yes, guys. So we're so excited to announce our new mentorship program, where we help individuals and couples break free of their limiting mindsets in marriage, faith, and finance that is hindering their ability to create the life they desire.
Guys, inside this mentorship community, we have 2 Zoom calls a week, and we also bring an expert in every Friday to talk about what they do and how they can help us.
Yes, guys, and this is all done in a community setting. So if you're ready to join a community of like-minded individuals, we got you, okay? For more information, please be sure to check the description box down below. And hey, let's get back to your episode.
Bro, I don't like that. I've told you that over and over again. You need to get your financials in order. You're just blowing all your money. I don't like that. Now, I'm the type of person that as long as you pay my money back, I'll continue to, loan you money and this and that. But it's walking a thin line, because you're putting yourself in a situation where any little thing could happen and that's it. You putting yourself in a situation where if you die today or tomorrow, your family got to pay for your burial and all kind of stuff like that.
We got to have dinner, plates.
We got to have plate dinners and all that kind of stuff. But you making all of this money though. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. And I was once there making that kind of money and flourishing. I was flourishing with that, making $150,000, $200,000 a year, flourishing with that. And I remember so vividly. My income jumped from $100,000 to $200,000, and we still live like we was making $100,000 or less than $100,000. Because anything we were making, we was always living on less than that. So if you think about that, bro, I need you to tighten up. I need you to really tighten up. And come on, get in the mentorship. You got a person that's here, that's ready, willing, and available to help you learn how to manage your money, help you to give you that guidance that you need, so that way you can leave a legacy for your children's children. Because that's what we're doing. That's what we're here for. See, we got it mixed up. We all wrong in the head. Let me tell you what I mean by when I say that.
Insane in the membrane.
We just want to be happy. We ain't worried about our children's children. As long as we walking on this earth, we want to be happy. You going into it with the wrong mindset. That's the wrong mindset. You need to be thinking about the generations to come, and that's what the Bible says. A good person leaves an inheritance to their children's children. That's man or woman. It don't matter. I know the King James version say a good man, but it's a good person because some of these kids don't have dads anymore. They never had a dad. From the time he put the baby in there, he left and he ain't came back yet. So what you gonna do as a woman? So but my friend, come on, talk to me, man. Come on, talk to me. And I hate that I had to say it on this episode.
I hate it too.
I hate that I had to say it on this episode. But if I was to call you, you ain't gonna answer because you already know what I got to say. I've told him this several times before. Oh, okay. So he watched our episodes. So what I'm trying to figure out is how you can continuously watch these episodes and whatnot.
Plant the seed. That's all you do.
Yeah, that's all I'm planting the seed right now. Planting the seed, or the seed is planted. The Lord told me to plant the seed, and I'll do the rest. That's what He said. So, and that's what He tells me on a regular basis. So, what you got?
Okay, on a lighter note, let's talk about stewardship and management.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk to me. Yeah.
Switch that out.
Yeah.
But it reminded me of the biblical truth. I think it was in Luke where it say, whomever can be trusted with a little, can be trusted with a lot. Basically, summed up. Matter of fact, let me put it up.
Yeah.
Whoever can be trusted with little can also be trusted with much.
Yeah.
God doesn't bless waste.
Yeah.
That's my part.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we have to understand that the blessings that come into our life, the blessing that God give us is to bless other people. It's to be resourceful. It's not for us to waste, to swindle it away, or to pop out, for us to think we're better than anyone, or to separate. A lot of times we get money and it separates us because we think we're better. We're in a different class. Because you make this amount and I make this amount. I got this, you got that. We're separate. We're not equal. Yeah. So we have to understand God does not He does not bless waste.
Bless waste.
Because at the end of the day, when we asking for more money is going to equal more responsibility. Not just the bills part on our part, but more responsibility to what God is calling you to do. A lot of us want more money, but we don't have the more capacity to do the job that God that's going to require us to, to be good stewards. That is going to require us to move in. So we have to understand when God calls us to stewardship, it's not ours. We don't own anything that God blesses us with, but it's to us to be a good steward over what He blesses us and do what He tells us to do. So that means managing your finance, because at the end of the day, how can you walk with God and be fully yielded to God and you in bondage, bondage to your money, to debt? Yeah. He said not to owe no man nothing but to love him.
Exactly.
He said the lender, I will...
the borrower is slave to the lender.
Yes, that. So how can we fully walk and step into our abundance and do what God called us to do when we are in bondage to debt? Not because God is not blessing you, but because of your financial habits. Yeah. And your mind frame or your mindset about finance. It ain't God's fault that you a poor steward. It's not God's fault. Is you have to be real and open and honest with yourself and look at your financial routine. What am I wasting? What I'm spending my money on that I'm wasting and it's not pushing a needle. It's not moving a needle. What can I cut back? What can I sacrifice? What can I do without right now? Because a lot of times we look at sacrifice for like it's the rest of our life.
It's only a season.
You're only going to sacrifice for a season. You're only going to live a certain way for a season, whether you have the money or you're not, because this life goes around. What did say? The world go around. Yeah. Like you're going to go through seasons. You're going to go up and down. So it's only for a season. So why not just go ahead and challenge your financial routine and look at it and see where you being wasteful?
As I think about that, what you're saying, a lot of our paradigms are set as children, as far as money is concerned. And it was never changed. Yeah. Well, it had to be changed. It's going to stay the same unless it's changed. Let me tell you what I mean when I say that. We watched our parents swindle their money away, and we're the same way. We're doing the same thing. Now they could have got some financial literacy and this and that, but you can also do the same. You can also do the same. So your paradigm is set from your parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whatever. It's set. So in order for you to learn some new information, you got to unlearn that old information by learning some new information. The Bible says, "Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." So you got to renew your mind about finances, and hopefully we can help you do that. By just with these videos. Go check some more of our money episodes. How we always talking about money, because it seems like as we make those episodes, those are the best episodes. They get the most watched. And you know why? I feel like that is because there are so many people out here hurting about money. They hurting, and they need some help. They're looking for help. They're looking for guidance somewhere. But don't just watch a video and not apply that stuff to your life. That's what a lot of us are doing. We're watching that video, but we're not applying it to our life. As you go get that wisdom, you asking the Lord, give me wisdom, give me wisdom. In James 1 verse 5, it says, if any of you lack wisdom, ask God and he'll give it to you. God will give you the wisdom that you need, but you got to apply the wisdom once he give it to you.
Yeah.
And mainly about finances. They talk about finances more than anything else in the Bible. You know what I mean? So you got to really think about that. Yeah, what you got?
And I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of it.
I can keep it going.
Go ahead.
But as you sit back and think about that, it's like, let me change my mindset about money. Let me change my mindset. How do I change my mindset about money? You might have to go take a course. Get you a couple of YouTube videos. Check them YouTube videos out and figure out something that you want to do, whether it be trading in the stock market or real estate, whatever it is. I don't know. Something that's going to help you to pass that money on to the next generation and not just swindle it all away. Sometimes you might have to ride around in a little hoopty for a while. And I know people that ride around in hoopties all their life and just save the money. Just save, hoard the money up. And then I remember this one guy, he was a janitor at the school. And he was putting money in the stock market, just kept putting money in the stock market. He lived, I think, on less than 50% of his income. I'm talking about literally lived on that. It might have been 50, or it might have been less than 50. But let me say this. Every little extra dime that he had, he put it into the stock market. When he died, I think he had, I want to say it was $8 million. $8 million, a janitor at a school. He just kept putting it in the stock market, And he donated that money, some of that money to the school, and I think he donated some of it to the
charity or something.
Yeah, to charity, to the want to say the hospital that he passed away in, something like that. But yeah, it was, I can't remember his name, but it was a great story, and they still talking about that story right now today, and that happened many years ago. Did you have anything?
Yes. So you know how we was talking about God doesn't bless waste, and whoever is faithful over little can be trusted or faithful over much.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I look at that scripture and I think about, because money doesn't change you, it exposes you, right? Because a lot of times when we get money and we reach the epitome of the heights of what we're trying to accomplish, or the goals, or even our environment, right? We think we made it. And then our hearts start to get exposed. We starting to walk with a chip on our shoulder. We starting to walk with our, nose in the air, snooty. Or we thinking we better than everybody and looking down, right? And we have to realize, like, money is not going to change you. So don't think money is evil. Change your mindset of what, even if you was raised or just think something is evil about money, or that you're scared to get money because you think it's going to change you.
Yeah.
Money don't change you. It exposes what's already in your heart. If those things or those ways are not in your heart, it's not going to change. If you know that you want to get money to be a blessing to other people, you want to go do missions, you want to, bless, different things, right? It's good. It's the good things that God put in your heart. Listen, don't be afraid of it, because you're going to need money to do those things that God calling you and nudging at you for you to do. You're going to need the money. So change your mind about money is evil. Money is not evil, especially if you was raised in church. Money is not evil. Money is not for...
Money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, money is not for a particular person, or certain type of person, or you got to be college educated. You got to look a certain way. No, money is for anybody who's going to do the will of God. That's who that's who God is going to bless.
Yeah.
He can go sit there and bless a person that's poor, that is homeless, right? Can go scratch off, do a scratch off ticket or whatever, win $100. And this person will go and take that $100 and share it with everybody else that's in this camp. You don't think that was God? Because God already knew what he was going to do because of his heart. But then you can take the same homeless person that's very selfish, that's rude, that's very ugly, right? And he will go win, scratch off, and just hoard it and keep everything to himself and think he's better.
Yeah.
Listen, he will not win again.
Yeah.
You can guarantee it. He gonna have to work hard for that. He gonna really be out there holding the sign. But a person that have that pure heart, that knows that, man, all I want to do is be a blessing, but I can't because of my finance. I can't do, give to the poor or give to the homeless and do all this stuff because of my finance. Listen, get your finance in order. Become a better steward of what you already have, what God already bless you with, and watch God give you more because he knows your heart.
Yeah.
All he's doing is looking for you to steward what you already have. That's all he's looking for before he shower down abundance in your life. But he's not going to shower you with abundance when you're not managing what you already have.
Yeah.
So
I was reading Rabbi Daniel Lapin's book, the secrets, the money secrets of the Bible, and he was talking about Bill Gates. He said Bill Gates had to hire a team to give his money away. Wouldn't you want to have that? Wouldn't you want to be blessed like that? Well, you got to hire somebody to give your money away. So he has to give, I think, like $3 million a week away. $3 million. He has to give that away because if he don't give it away, the government gonna take it. So you have to give it away in order to for them not to take it. $3 million a week. Add that up. What that is?
I don't know.
52 times 3. I don't know what that is. But anyway. He had to get that a week. He had to get that away a week. I was like, man, I need to have them problems. Giving $3 million a week away. And the thing about it is, it has to be given away. So, regardless to what he believes in and all that, he got to find something to give it to. And he's advancing God's kingdom with that money. He has to advance God's kingdom with that money. You know what I mean? Because you're going to have to give it to somebody that's actually doing right with the money. I know, I'm pretty sure he give it to a bunch of different organizations, and all of them not doing wrong with the money. And a lot of them have to be, non-profit organizations. You know what I'm saying? They have to do what they're supposed to do with the money. Man, I was listening to that, man. I was like, wow. My mind went so. I was like, man, I'd love to get $3 million a week away.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you think about that?
Because I think about it, if you can give $3 million away,
yeah.
What else you got?
Yeah.
And what you keeping?
Yeah. Well, he
one
of the richest men in the world. So
that's nothing.
Yeah.
It's only a tenth. You got 90%.
And he got to give it away. He got it, or they're gonna take it. You gotta give it away. So all these people that say rich people are evil and all this and that, there, man. Look,
you're evil because you're poor. What can you do for the poor but be poor?
Hey,
Sorry.
You went in on them, did you? You want to talk about what I said earlier?
I didn't call nobody out.
I didn't call him out specifically.
You did. I don't care what you say.
I didn't call his name.
I'm sorry on the behalf of my husband.
I'm sorry on behalf of my wife. You said you evil because she said you evil because you poor.
No, but it came from. I'm sorry because it was a conversation that brought up memories. Just talking to people and when you listen to the way they think about money, and the way they look, because kid you not. Because, and I hate to put us in as an example, but this is the best example I could do. Yeah. The cars we have and Lambo and all that stuff, they would look at us as snooty, like. I'm not gonna call, but they would look at us snooty and evil or better than it's just like they have their own narrative of who we are, right? And I'm just like, baby, you evil. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, what can you do? Yeah. We up here doing what God's telling us to do. Yeah. A lot of times what we're doing or giving and all that stuff, we don't want to do it. Yeah. Like let's be real. We like God for real. We gonna do this. Yeah. But because we're walking in obedience, because we know what it's like to have abundance, right? We know what it's like to have lack as well. Yeah. So we're gonna be obedient, right? So I be thinking that's why it came from. Just like how you gonna say rich people are evil and they out here helping you out. Yeah. They're helping you survive. Exactly. You own government assistance. Taxpayers? Who you think taking care of you? Yeah. But they evil. Yeah. The people that is out here that's entrepreneurs creating jobs and they making 6 figures and all this stuff, they're evil. Yeah. But they're making the economy go wrong.
Go around. I'm thinking as well too though. The stuff that we have, the stuff that we're using, we're serving people with it. Like our Airbnbs, we serving people. They come to Houston, they need a place to stay. We serving them.
Yeah.
With our cars on tour road, we serving people with those cars. They come to Houston, they need a place, they need a car to ride around. We serving. The Lamborghini, I take it to the car show on the weekends, let the kids take pictures with the car and stuff. I'm serving. I'm always serving. In my mentorship, in your mentorship, we serving the people. We serving the people with these YouTube videos. Serving. Let me say this: the more people you serve, the more money you'll make.
That part.
The more people you serve, the more money you'll make, and just keep serving. Keep serving. Serve as many people as you possibly can. Look at what's this guy's name? Jeff Bezos. He dropping packages off at the door. Amazon. Look how many people he's serving on a daily basis.
Man, what?
And he making so much money, he can't even spend it fast enough.
Solve a problem.
Yeah.
And they will pay you.
Yeah.
Literally, I can order if I want something. It can come in the next 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Hey, you think I'm not finna?
He solved my problem.
Even if it's a little higher.
It might be a little bit more. I didn't pay stuff on. I didn't pay for stuff on Amazon a little bit more expensive. So that way I can have it at my door the next morning.
What?
Versus me having to go to the store and all that.
Wait on it.
I'd rather be spending my time mentoring a young man or something like that versus going to go be looking for something that I need.
Listen.
Yeah.
Solve a problem.
Solve a problem and people pay you for it.
Be a solution.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just be a solution.
Yeah.
Now, if you ain't doing nothing and you in lack and poverty and you just saying, I want more money, God ain't going to bless you because you ain't a solution. You a problem.
Yeah.
You an actual problem.
Mm-hmm.
Be a solution.
Yeah.
Then God will open up that abundance in your life.
Yeah.
God will open those doors where you can walk through and do what you're called to do.
Mm-hmm.
Serve.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking just evil, money is evil, people with money is evil, they hateful, you are. Take a look in the mirror. Because at the end of the day, we're called to do the will of God. I come that I might do the will of my Father.
Yeah. I come to do the will of the one who sent me.
Who sent me?
Yeah.
And you ain't doing the will. Okay, let's close this thing down.
No, we need to go in.
No, we're not going in.
We need to go in.
Because I'm finna jump out. I jumped out. I'm about to cut up. I'm about to cut out. I'm about to.
Hey, man, look.
I jumped out. I'm done.
Well, she done.
I'm not. Ain't no tag team.
She done. I'm going to keep going. Tag team. Let me say this. We love y'all. We love y'all. And that's the reason why we can say these things to you. Because we've been there. I've been there. I remember at times I would just go gamble my money off. And guess what? I was living in lack. Living in a little 2-bedroom house and can't even pay my bills. Because I didn't win and gamble my money off. So we're not telling you nothing we don't know. We're telling you how we overcame that, came out of that, and to help you come out of that as well.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. I was gambling my money off, had bad habits, taking different females to go out to eat, and I just swindling my little money away. Instead of getting me a good woman and settling down with me a good woman. You know what I mean? So if you think about that, how can God continue to keep blessing that?
A mess.
That's mess.
Waste.
I'm living in my own mess. It's like I'm taking a crap and just living in it.
Just bathing in it, just having fun. You know how kids do when they was a baby.
I remember one time our daughter was in her crib. She had doo-doo. and I get up. I go in there she saying, mommy. So I go in there to see what's going on. She got doo-doo all over her body. And that's what made me think about that when you said that. She done took her dump and took her pamper off and just rubbing it. I'm like, bro, I'm glad she didn't get in her face. Oh man, I called my wife. I was like, Keisha, get up here right now. She's like, what's wrong? I said, come on up here and look. Come see. Come see. That was one of the times where you just want to throw the whole baby away.
Baby. And we were first time parents.
I think she was maybe 8 months, 9 months or something like that. You just want to throw the whole baby away. Why are you going to take a dump early in the morning before anybody get up? I get up, go out there, and you just got it all over your body. I'm just holding it like this. Come on, let's go get this.
Tag team.
Let's put it in the tub. I said, you clean the bed and all that there, and I'm going to go take care of this bathtub thing. Because I can just wipe all that off. She got to be, But anyway, that was ugly. That was ugly. Let's go ahead and close this thing out.
Close this thing out.
Yeah.
But I want to give you a short, like maybe four little things you can do to start managing the finances or the money you do have. And number one is budget with purpose. Okay. Purpose. Knowing that when you set a budget, it have a purpose attached to it.
Yeah.
I'm saving and I'm budgeting and I'm cutting back because of this. What is the reason? What is the why? Yeah. Purpose. Track your spending habits. Like, we need to know what kind of spending habits we have. Do we spend when we are bored? Do we spend when we are emotional? Do we spend when we are mad or angry or something like that? What is your spending habits? Yeah. Track that, right? Number 3, prioritize needs versus wants. Now, that's a whole nother thing, because I had to pray to God and was like, God, what is a need and what is a want? Because what I want, I feel like it's a need, right? Yeah. So we gotta learn how to.
And what he told you?
Huh?
What he told you?
So we gotta.
Hey, you gotta.
No, because we're trying to close this thing down.
Yeah, you gotta tell the people what he told you. It's just quick though.
That's another. We can do another.
A whole video on that.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So prioritizing your needs, your basic needs, the things that you cannot go without. Okay. Those are needs. Wants is just something that's secondary. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. If you get, you get. You don't get it, you don't get it. It won't kill you, right? And another thing, tithe and give from a place of faith, not fear. Like, I know that's a kind of iffy topic when we're talking about tithing, but it's not just to the church. Yeah. Give your 10%. Yeah. Period, to whatever, to someone in the streets paying for somebody food, just give. But when you give, you're not giving out of fear that it's not going to come back. You're not giving out of lack. Yeah. You're giving out of faith that when I sow this seed, that God is going to water it and I'm going to reap a harvest from that seed. So those are it. Now take us out.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing else.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
Give from your abundance.
That part.
Yes, indeed.
But you got to see it first.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Don't
forget to like, share, and subscribe. God is good. Life is good. When we look good, we feel good. We live in a life of abundance. Peace.
Bye, guys.